Their reasons, and they're happy with it. So, ready or not, here we come.
R.J. Shelton back deep, and the kickoff will go through the end zone, and the touchback will bring young Brian Lewerke onto the field. His first career start, and you see his teammates coming up, giving him a little pat, a little encouragement as he makes his way out. This redshirt freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, was a 19-5 record as a starter at Pinnacle High School. It's a little step up from Pinnacle High School.
Yeah, and you want to know who's going to be his biggest advocate today? It's going to be Tyler O'Connor. And he'll also be that guy on the sideline to direct him through a lot of reads and understanding the offense and the personnel on the field. So Tyler O'Connor becomes a big piece of the puzzle today. Benny
McGowan at center, Brian Allen at right guard with Gerald Holmes in the backfield. We'll outline a lot of different lineup changes today for Michigan State. Here's Holmes on first down. And Holmes struggling forward for 3 to the 28-yard line. The run game, Matt, going to be really critical for both these teams. Michigan State struggled the last 2 times in this stadium, 160 yards rushing combined.
Let me just say this right off the start. The team whose offensive line performs the best wins this game. It's just going to be that simple.
Whistle was blown before that ball popped out. Lewerke on the run, trying to get to the edge, and he's chased out by Jalen Prater. At the 27, it'll be a loss of 1. 3rd down and 8. So you're already in a tough 3rd down. Your first 3rd down as a starter.
And this is where this Michigan State offensive line's got to be able to protect. He's going to be a pocket guy, especially initially. It's going to be simple routes, things that he can complete, but you have to be able to get to the sticks.
7th in the Big Ten at 39% on 3rd down this year. Price, the tight end, in motion on 3rd down and 8. Lewerke to the air, looking deep for Shelton. He's got him, and a first down at the Northwestern 40. Lewerke there, but what a throw!
Yeah, perfectly thrown ball. And he put a lot of air under it and allowed him to run underneath it. But he saw the coverage, and he saw he had one-on-one, and he saw that he had Shelton on top of coverage. That's really well thrown. That's a huge play and a huge confidence boost.
33 yards through the air, and on first down, Gerald Holmes trying to find some running room. And Holmes gets a yard to the 39-yard line. Anthony Walker Jr. in the mix for Northwestern. Second down. Play action for Lewerke.
A lot of time.
Nowhere to go. He'll just run and gets about a yard. Our Auto Owners Insurance impact players for this one, Matt.
Well, L.J. Scott is going to have himself a big game, take a little bit of pressure off of Lewerke. But Anthony Walker on the defensive side and Ifeadi Adenabo, both those guys have to play well. Adenabo with the pass rush. Walker, he's been their leader on defense. He's got to be able to clean up all the mess on the inside. They're going to have to rely on their run game, Michigan State offensively, especially early, to let Lewerke to be able to kind of settle into this game.
Yeah, whether that's Scott, Holmes, London, whoever's running that running back spot. On 3rd and 7, 4-man pressure. Lewerke over the middle, and it's incomplete. He wanted Shelton, couldn't find him. Cairo on the coverage, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, but I like that. I like that he managed the pocket well, and he stepped up in the pocket. And Adenabo on the outside got nice pressure, and he forced him to have to use the pocket, but he was comfortable with it.
Jake Hartbarger will come on and punt it away, but not an unsuccessful drive for Lewerke. You flipped the field here.
Yes, you did. And you flipped the field on the strength of your arm, which was a big deal.
Flynn Nagel back deep for Northwestern. Kill this one inside the 10, and it'll be dropped down at the 1-yard line. What a special teams play by T.J. Harrell.
Keep in mind, in college football, it's where the ball is, not where the player is. And Harrell just played that absolutely perfectly. His body can go past that end zone, but the ball cannot. He's aware of it, drops it right there, and that is a huge big-time play.
One more look at it.
This is akin to being a punt returner. You have to have that skill and awareness at the same time. That is really well done by Harold.
And again, it's the ball, not the body.
Man, yeah.
So buried in their own end on first down at the 1. Clayton Thorson. The give to Justin Jackson and a little breathing room out to the 4. Malik McDowell with the tackle. Clayton Thorson coming off a fine game 2 weeks ago. Look at the numbers, 164 passing yards, 4 total touchdowns, 3 through the air, 1 on the ground.
Yeah, and no picks. And so he has to match that effort here today.
On second down, Jackson again, and Jackson not finding much room there as he's dropped at the 5 by Andrew Dowell.
Now this two plays, and I can see the difference Riley Bull is making already. He's the general out there. He's the guy getting everybody lined up, getting him in the right situations and positions. They have missed his leadership on the field.
Another change for the Spartans today, a couple of them actually. Justin Lane, freshman, starting at corner, and Malik McDowell now on the end, not in the middle of that line. 3rd and 6 at the 5. Thorson in some trouble. Bullock providing the late heat, and he throws it away. And a 3 and out pitched by the Spartan defense after the special teams play pins Northwestern at the 1.
Michigan State knows they have to start fast, and then they have to be able to finish what they start. That's what they haven't been doing at all here in this early season.
Hunter Nice wander to punt with Brandon Sowards awaiting the kick.
Bad punt.
Fair catch called for by the upback R.J. Shelton, and he makes it inside the 40-yard line of Northwestern. Brian Lewerke, the surprise starter today, as Tyler O'Connor and Damian Terry with Lewerke in a battle all week long. Lewerke gets the nod. Play action on first down. Good protection. Now he's going to run. Lewerke with some running room and the speed to get the edge. Lewerke down the sideline, and he's out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Anthony Walker Jr. chasing him out to mark him at the 15. A 24-yard pickup on the scramble by Lewerke.
But it's what he did to get to that scramble. He knew he had a shot down the middle of the field, and he pumped it, and then pulled it, and then used his eyes to be able to get to the edge. That's a little bit beyond your freshman play.
On first down and 10 at the 15. Holmes and line in the eye. Holmes the carry. Met in the hole by Walker. Bounces off 2 tackles. Bounces off a 3rd and gets back to the 16-yard line where he loses a yard. It could have been a lot worse. C.J. Robbins finally finished him off, but boy, was there penetration there, Matt.
And there was a couple of nice smacks, and one of the guys who had a good one right in the middle of that was Anthony Walker. So Anthony Walker, I've watched. I think he's a better player this year. Ironically, you look at his tackles and say he's not playing as well, but I would disagree. He's bigger. He believes what's going on in front of him now. A year ago, he didn't do that. I think he's a better player now than he was a year ago.
Second down and 11. Lewerke floating it for the end zone. His tight end is there. Price with the touchdown. The first career touchdown pass to Brian Lewerke goes to a guy who's got more touchdowns at the tight end position than any Big Ten tight end in the last 20 years.
Kevin, the whole key to that thing, Lewerke had nice throw, but that protection, whoever wins the line of scrimmage wins this game. Michigan State won the line of scrimmage on that series.
Michael Geiger will try to finish it off with the extra point. 7-0 Michigan State. As keep a note on this, because our Cooper Tire scoring drive will be the answer to a trivia question. The first scoring drive in the career of Brian Lewerke, 3 plays, 39 yards, took 1:21 off the clock, and a 7-0 lead for Michigan State. And the long pass on the first possession, Matt, flipped the field and allowed them to have the short field after their defense got the stop on Northwestern's first possession.
And what I really, it's 2 series. But what you really like is decision making and being decisive with that decision.
A short kick that'll go out of bounds, and Northwestern is going to have good field position for their second possession.
Free kick out of bounds by the kicking team. Ball be placed at the 35-yard line on the right hash. First down.
So from the 1 to the 35 as we go back to the touchdown.
Yeah, there's 3 elements. First is going to be the protection. That is outstanding. The second is Josiah Price. He sees the coverage, and he's going to have leverage, which means that the defender's on the outside, which gives him the inside field to play with. And the last one, most importantly, watch the decisiveness. Once Price makes the move, he doesn't hesitate. Ball comes right out of his hands. That's the difference of what you've seen from previous quarterbacks to Lewerke.
On first down, quick toss to Jackson. Jackson breaks the tackle, and Justin Jackson makes something out of what appeared to be nothing. Thorson had to get rid of that quickly because Fry jumped. The snap count was right on his heel as he threw it.
Thorson felt it and was able to make the play. And that's one of the things this Northwestern offense wants to be able to do, is get Justin Jackson out in space. He's quicker than fast. He'll make you miss.
Quick toss to Vault. Solomon Vault, a little spin, and Vault's going to be a yard short of the first down. Let's check out today's Auto Owners Insurance Impact players.
We just talked about Justin Jackson. They need to get the ball in his hands. Chris Fry, I think, has played as well as anybody on this Michigan State defense. In fact, he has played better. And Malik McDowell, it's time for him to turn on his game. They moved him to the outside. I think it's a better position for him. He can use his pass rush skills better, and he still has good power.
It's Austin Carr in motion on 3rd down and short. And a flag is down, and instead of 3rd and 1, looks like it's going to be 3rd and 6.
Ball start. Offense number 9. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
That's Garrett Dickerson, the superback, who moved early.
He's playing pretty well. Yeah, number 9. They used him as a tight end. You can see him on the bottom right down there. He flinched. Malik McDowell kind of reacted to it. They're going to call that every time. Dickerson's been playing pretty good this year. I like what he's done. Don't like that, however.
On 3rd down, Dickerson, the motion man. Thorson to the air, intercepted, and that one's going all the way to the house. The freshman Justin Lane with a touchdown.
So, you want to pick on the freshman, do you? They forgot that Justin Lane does as good a job of it. On this one, he anticipates his throw perfectly, Kevin, and it's the difference in the play.
What a start for Michigan State. And the 2 youngsters leading the way. The redshirt freshman Lewerke and the true freshman Justin Lane. We talked with Harlan Barnett, the defensive coordinator, yesterday, and I said, tell me about this Justin Lane. He said, he's like a baby Trey Waynes. Showing some moves right here.
Yeah. Inside, outside, high. Your job is to hold the outside. If the ball comes your way, you take it to the house. And he did just that.
Michigan State's youth movement paying off very early here in East Lansing as Justin Lane takes that one back for the touchdown off the interception of Clayton Thorson, the 5th pick thrown by Thorson this year. You've got Brian Lewerke, the redshirt freshman, navigating down the field and throwing his first touchdown pass. And then Justin Lane with a pick 6, Michigan State's first defensive touchdown of the year, as Flynn Nagel will take a knee for the touchback. Let's go back to that interception by Lane.
Yeah, let's go back. This is a little bit of a trap zone. And what they're trying to do is it's all on discipline. You're going to have the outside. You're going to have the inside. You have deep help. What the thought is you let the offense come to you. You have to have discipline in the scheme. Well, Justin Lane did it absolutely perfectly. Let it develop in front of you, and then you see the quarterback making the throw. His read was perfect. He took it back. He did exactly what his eyes told him to do, and good discipline by the freshman.
He played corner against BYU. He played wide receiver against Indiana earlier in the year. Now starting at corner today. And on first down, Justin Jackson with the carry, and Jackson upended at the 28 by Andrew Dowell. Let's talk Northwestern for a minute. What do they have to do? Blitzed early here, down 14-0.
Right, so now you got to just get back and get into, okay, what is our game plan? Our game plan, we've got to run the football. We have to establish first downs. Big plays don't matter at this point.
Pocket holds for Thorson, and he throws that one short and incomplete, looking for Skoranek. There's a flag down on the near sideline, Matt, near the 35-yard line.
Rare call. You don't really see that call very often.
They're going to move him back, I believe.
He nails the receiver downfield, number 90. He's covered tight end. That penalty is declined.
Yeah.
Third down.
Yep.
Put him in third and long situations is what they haven't done well. Let's take a good look at the... I don't see it either. They may have said uncovered. I didn't hear the whole thing. Regardless, it's third down. They declined it. No harm, no foul.
Four-man rush over the middle. Open is fault, and he drops the football. Is it a catch and a fumble? That's what the ruling is. It'll belong to Michigan State. Demetrius Cox hit him and jarred it loose. Did Volt ever secure it and make a move to be a fumble?
The ruling on the field was a completed pass, followed by a fumble, recovered by Michigan State, first down.
Andrew Dowell recovers it after Demetrius Cox knocks it out.
There's the catch. There's the tuck. Make a move, one.
The ruling of fumble recovered is under further review.
So there's an element of time here. It's kind of a bang-bang play, so there's an element of time that gets introduced. So you look at it right there, and did he have control? That one you'd say, not so sure. However, they did call it a catch and a fumble on the field. And if it's inconclusive, it'll go to the field call.
And the little monitor brought out for our referee, John O'Neill, to take a look at.
You know, when we play these things in slow motion, you go, oh, yeah, well, he had it for a long time. But this is, keep in mind, real-time bang, bang. So he gets his feet to the ground, and he's hit, ball pops out. There's the real time.
Mike Pereira is watching this with us from our studios. And Mike, what do you see here? This one's right on the border, isn't it?
I mean, to me, it's one of these, and Matt's right. You got to look at these in real time, and you got to look at it the way the officials look at it, you know, at that speed. And so, to me, it's an incomplete pass. And another indicator, by the way, as you see in the replay monitor, they're writing down a bunch of information, which would indicate that they're going to reverse the call and have to reset the clock and reset yardage. But to me, you have to look at these. You can make anything in slow motion look like a catch, but looking at it in real speed, I certainly like it as an incomplete bang, bang catch. Bang, bang, incomplete pass.
Mike, that's a good job of reading your keys, just like I taught you. You know, years ago, I worked with Mike, and when I was an official for a game, and I had a blast with him. And he's the best there is out there, not even close.
Now, were you the best out there?
I was awful.
Okay.
Yeah. Mike had a hard time trying to get me. I would look at a play and be like, oh, that's a penalty. And he'd say, well, throw your flag. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
There were only offensive penalties called by Matt Millen that day.
Yeah, that's all it was. I mean, really.
After further review, it was an incomplete pass. As a result, it'll be 4th and 7. Ball will be placed at the 28-yard line. The clock will start on the snap. Please adjust the game clock to 8 minutes, 2 seconds.
All right, I'm adding that to my repertoire now. So make sure whenever you see those officials writing down notes, there's a good indicator.
And, you know, that's a very interesting point. I'm glad you brought that up, that Mike Pereira brought up. That's sort of the inside football kind of thing that you don't think about. But when you watch those refs writing it down, there you go. Helps out when we try to guess along with them. Brandon Sowards awaiting the punt from Hunter Nicewander. And a short punt. But takes a nice Northwestern bounce. What a roll! And that will die all the way at the 10-yard line. That got 25 yards of roll.
It's almost a bagel.
Let's take a look at today's Red Lobster keys to the game.
Yeah, we've said it early. We'll say it again. Whoever controls the lines of scrimmage is going to win this game. And so far, it's an early game. You know, you're halfway through the first period, but Michigan State so far has demonstrated that they've come to dominate the lines of scrimmage.
Michigan State with their worst start of the day at their own 10-yard line after the 62-yard punt. L.J. Scott in now at running back. First carry of the day for Scott. And Scott finds yardage to the 12, a pickup of 2.
Trying to work the inside of that run game, and it's not easy. There's a couple of changes that have gone on down there. Allen, 65, was the center. They moved him now to right guard. McGowan was the guard. He goes to center. All that is to help 70 Higbee in there. Mr. Higbee's just a freshman, and so you want to have experience next to the guy because the center's the guy who controls that line of scrimmage.
Lewerke on the keep. And Lewerke down to the 17-yard line as we go down to Lisa Byington for more on Brian Lewerke.
Yeah, Kevin, in talking to some of the Michigan State coaches in the pregame, they said what came down to this decision was who would give us a jump start, who's going to look different. And I can tell you, even before these couple of scores from Michigan State, there was a true energy and a buzz around Brian Lewerke. His teammates were pounding on his shoulder pads before he took the field for the first time. Add that plus this touchdown, a couple of touchdowns, there is a major buzz back here on this Michigan State sideline.
That's not surprising. He has provided a little bit of a spark early here.
I'll tell you one thing he has right away that the others didn't, his ability to move with his feet.
He'll do it again here on the run, and he threw it behind Donnie Corley.
And he knew he had Corley. Threw it behind him, but look, it's easy to see. Now, just only a few series. Lewerke brings them the ability to be able to run. He knew he had him. He knew he had him. Throw on the run is a big deal. Ability to pick up first downs, big deal. Second down, he takes off and picks up 5 yards. All that is a big check in the plus column for Lewerke.
Jake Hartbarger to punt it away. His first punt, 36 yards. That was a punt he pinned Northwestern at the 1-yard line. He can unleash this one. It's off a good one. Nagel at the 39 does not call fair catch, and he pays the price. No return after the 44-yard punt. Kari Willis on the stop. Justin Jackson getting a little breather on this drive as John Moten, the fourth, the freshman running back, comes in. And Moten with the carry on first down. Malik McDowell pouncing on him at the 41-yard line, a pickup of 2.
So when you start talking about skill sets of defensive linemen, Malik McDowell could be at the top of the list. Now they've moved him from the inside to the outside. He's been lining up on both ends. He has all the physical tools you need. Looks like he hurt his elbow or something.
Timeout taken by Michigan State. 5:49 remaining in the first. Spartans up by 2 touchdowns.
A full media timeout.
Malik McDowell was kind of shaking out that arm as he walked off the field during the timeout. Seems to be okay.
Now lining up on the other side. So they're moving around this defensive line to get different looks here.
Second down and 8. Thorson, quick toss. The catch by Austin Carr and a first down. First catch of the day for Austin Carr, his 33rd catch of the year.
Kevin, at the top of the show, we said whenever they need a play, big play, first down, they go to Austin Carr. You've got to identify where Austin Carr is first in this offense. You have to be aware of it.
Vault was the motion man. Here's Justin Jackson. That ball stuck up high as he carried it up near his shoulder pad at the 45-yard line, down after the 3-yard gain.
That first down is the hardest one to get. They need to just settle themselves in. This is exactly what they need to do. Down 14, just go down, get first downs, don't get a touchdown.
McDowell on the rush, good toss and a better catch by Flynn Nagel at the 39-yard line. He's a yard short of the first down with Viante Copeland on the coverage.
That's it.
It's a 3rd and 1 right now with
big.
Northwestern trying to get a little momentum here.
Yeah, and this is a huge first down play right now. It's only 5 minutes left in the first quarter, but they've got to get some of that momentum back on their side. This is the play for it.
Already 0 for 3 today on 3rd. Jackson with the carry and the first down. Power by Justin Jackson to get to the 36 with Monte Nicholson on his back.
Nicholson's been having an excellent year. Riley Bullough was the first guy there to give him the good stick, but this is a good running back. You know, you'd want him to be a little faster. He's quicker than fast, but he's instinctive.
And movement on the right side of the offensive line.
Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Well, you saw Fitz's reaction on the sidelines for Northwestern. He knows how just a 5-yard penalty can change everything you want to do on a drive.
Well, and it all drives coaches crazy, especially a guy like Fitzgerald, who's, you know, don't beat yourself. That's the #1 rule. Don't beat yourself. Penalties do that.
1st and 15. Jackson gets the edge against Bullough. Little high step, and he's driven down at the 35-yard line. Cox was there first. Nicholson finished him off.
Kevin, did you see? And Riley Bullough came clean, and he just Justin Jackson just gives him a little okey doke right in the middle of that run. It just kind of start real quick, and it just screws up Bullough, and he picks up the extra yardage.
On 2nd and 9. Thorson with Fry right on him, gets it to the sideline, and Carr with a catch and out of bounds at the 29.
That's a heck of a throw right there by Thorson. Man, he is under pressure going the opposite way. You got Fry bearing down. He knows he's going to get hit, and he's got to be accurate with the ball, and he was. Again, here's that 3rd down situation.
3rd down and 3 this time. Keep an eye on Austin Carr. He leads the Big Ten in 3rd down yardage. He's in the slot up top, but instead it's Jackson who gets the carry. Oh, what a move! He showed him a leg, he took it away, and he took it for 6.
Quicker than fast. That's what it is. Deontay Copeland had a clear shot. Make the play. Tackling in space is what this Northwestern offense wants to do with Justin Jackson. Here's why. And he'll break your ankles there. He did right there. Copeland, right, they just picked up his jock strap. He took it back to the sideline.
He stuck that left leg out there and went, no, you can't have that leg. Goodbye. What a move by Justin Jackson. He's a terrific running back.
Great short area quickness. I mean, and that's an example of what that is.
81% of the yards on the ground this year have come from Justin Jackson. You can understand why. Keep feeding him the ball. Extra point is good. Michigan State 14, Northwestern 7. 3:32 remaining in this first quarter after a 29-yard touchdown by Justin Jackson. And Northwestern right back in the game. What a drive. They needed that one after the start Michigan State had in this game, man.
And where they were impressive, though, was on those 3rd downs. They had to get them. And who won the line of scrimmage on those 3rd downs? The Northwestern offensive line. And, oh, by the way, Justin Jackson broke a couple ankles down there.
Jack Mitchell to kick it off. Back deep is R.J. Shelton. And the touchback out to the 25 as we go to Mike Hall in Chicago with a T-Mobile studio update. Nebraska starting fast on the road.
The old tip drill. Yeah, that's part of it. Get practice. You never know when it shows up, but when it does, be ready.
Michigan State started fast in this one with 2 quick touchdowns, 1 offensive score, 1 defensive score. Now Brian Lewerke from the 25 with L.J. Scott in a hole. And Scott punishing into the secondary, pounding his way to the 48-yard line.
Kevin, he was a cheat right there. They had Scott moved up. It was going to be a quick hitter. He's closer to the line of scrimmage, and it was a trap. And he hit that thing perfectly right up inside. You just see him just a little closer to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to happen fast. That quick inside trap, you want to be able to hit there with the confluence of the guard onto that tackle. They're kind of like rivers, you know, confluence of the river.
That's very nice. Yes,
that,
yeah. Could you draw a map for me?
Those are my sesquipedalian days. They're over.
from the 48 on first down. The keep by Lewerke. Nowhere to go for Lewerke. Just dives forward for a yard. And Fred Wyatt there to cover him up. Well defended, though, by Northwestern.
They're trying to exploit the inside of that Northwestern defense. With Allen at guard.
Lewerke with some pressure. Throws short to Price, and Price out of bounds just shy of the 45. Big Lewerke there for Northwestern. Pickup of 4, and it brings up a 3rd down and medium now for Michigan State.
What you're seeing out of Lewerke is a calmness. So you don't see any sense of panic when he's on the run. He gets out into the side. He's just, okay, this is what I got. I'll just take this. Here's Josiah Price. We'll set up for 3rd down.
3rd and 4. Lewerke has the edge, and he's got the first down. Just stuck the ball out as he went down the sideline, enough to get the first, chased out by Nate Hall.
Hey, he's a cool cucumber. He is aware, very aware. He's making Mark D'Antonio look like Nostradamus here. No, Mark D'Antonio has been around. The staff has been around. They know what the kid can do. And so it's not an easy decision to make to replace your captain. But they did it, and you're seeing the evidence as to why.
Lewerke, short toss, scooped up by Line, breaks a tackle, and pounds his way for the first. Prescott Line to the 30, picks up the 11, and a first down.
Great effort by Line, but the decision-making and the quickness to get the ball out from Lewerke was excellent. As is just like it's a bulldozer.
And is already a college graduate. He knows he got enough for the first down. Graduate transfer from SMU. There's Conley with the edge. Has some speed and hurdles his man out of bounds inside the 25. Montre Hartage was there along with Jalen Prater.
It's interesting for me to watch this Michigan State offense right now. Because, okay, so the early return, and very early, on Lewerke, you like what you're seeing. You like what your offensive line is doing. The offensive coordinator, Dave Warner, now, he wants to spice things up. Now, once he's got his feet set, okay, we're in pretty good shape. Let's try to move things around a little bit. Now I can start manipulating the defense to get them out of position. Well done by Dave Warner.
High snap, draw play. Scott picking his way through traffic with a flag down. And Scott is down inside the 15. We'll see if this one stands.
This is a hold coming back.
Takes away the 11-yard gain, man.
Yeah, but regardless of that, Kevin, right now, this is as close as they've looked to that Notre Dame first half that we've seen. They've been playing. This is a pretty good offense right here.
Holding. Offense number 11. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 2nd down.
It's Jamal Lyles, number 11. You're going to see him right on the left side, right there. It's more of a choke hold more than a hold. I mean, it's just nice, though.
You were demonstrating that with some of our crew members earlier today, the choke hold.
Yeah. Well, he stole my French fry.
2nd and 15. Lewerke over the middle, and he finds his tight end Jamal Lyles, and Lyles down at the Northwestern 25, picks up 9. Jalen Prater on the tackle as we have reached the end of a very entertaining first quarter here in East Lansing. At the end of one, Michigan State by a touchdown. So now 3rd and 6 as we start this second quarter with Michigan State leading 14-7. Lewerke
nice.
to the sideline. Shelton, but he can't get away from Lewerke.
Lewerke played that phenomenally well. they were trying to pick him on the outside. Lewerke sensed it and got skinny. Watch him on the top side. See how he got over the top? You have to try to get skinny and small so you don't get hit. Lewerke did that exceptionally well and punctuated it with an outstanding tackle.
He's the Big Ten's leader in solo tackles per game, and you can see he's a sure tackler. Averages almost 7 solos per game as Geiger comes on for a 41-yard field goal try, just 2 for 5 this year, but he does have a 48-yarder to his credit. The high snap is placed down. Geiger's kick sneaking around the right upright and through, and Michigan State adds to the lead, now 17-7 with 14:15 remaining in the first half. 17-7 here. This one's been interesting as well. Michigan State with a 10-point lead as the kickoff coming with Vault and Nagel back deep for Northwestern. This will be Nagel as he works up the right side. Got a block, and Nagel out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
I had it on the other day. He had Austin Carr on, showing him pictures of Charlton Heston.
Quick toss to the outside. There's Austin Carr, and Carr with some good balance withstands the little chop on the legs from Nicholson, and he's able to get a couple of more yards just shy of the first.
He didn't know who Charlton Heston was on that play either, but he still had a heck of a nice run there. This kid's turning into exactly what they need him to be. He's kind of a Wes Welker type.
On second down, Justin Jackson gets the first to the 36. Andrew Dowell on the tackle.
So you know what you have in Justin Jackson. But Austin Carr has been the guy and the piece of this puzzle right now that has kind of been sneaking up on people. So you have to identify where he's at all the time because they like to go particularly on third downs.
Thorson looking for a block. He got the block, and he's close to the first down. Takes a big hit from Raekwon Williams, who's back after the arm injury a week ago. But he was directing Garrett Dickerson, Mazzy, go block that guy.
Yeah, he was like, get on him right away. But watch Raekwon Williams. He just keeps on trucking. And so he hits his own guy to hit the quarterback. That's like a 2-for-1. 2nd and 1. Justin Jackson eludes the first man and gets the first down. Diving in to try to make the play was Andrew Dowell, and he got just enough to throw Jackson off, but he gets the first. They have the freshman Josh King in there right now, who's looks like they're a little confused. He tried to run off, now he's running back on.
Here's Carr again. And Carr into Michigan State territory. For the game to the 46, picks up 7. Demetrius Cox and Monte Nicholson on the stop.
Both good safeties. Both solid tacklers. They've been active. So what Northwestern is doing right now is trying to make this defensive line run. And so they're spreading the things out and getting the ball to the perimeter.
Thorson. Diving attempt. Did he pull that one in?
Yeah.
He did. What a catch by Flynn Nagel. Very close to the first down. Looked like Thorson was just trying to get rid of that ball and throw it away.
He controlled that. It can touch the ground if he has control. He controlled that ball all the way through. I think that's a good call by the officials.
3rd down and 1. Justin Jackson. He eludes one man and gets the first down. Boy, is he slippery.
He is quick. There's another guy in this league who does the same thing. His name is Saquon Barkley. He makes these same kind of cuts. Look at that one. He hipped that one through. Kept it pinned to his hip and still got the first. Oh, he's getting a little limp there by Justin Jackson.
A couple of defenders were pawing at that one as Jackson heads to the sideline. Moten in now.
You know, Kevin, one of the things as these officials get together, one of the things that's interesting for me is to see how they snap the ball back to Clayton Thorson.
Please adjust the game clock to 11 minutes 49 seconds.
Brad North is the center, and they're a little bit different with how they hold and grip the ball and snap it back to Thorson. See how he picks it up, puts the head first. kind of a little unconventional.
Thorson to the sideline. Did he get the foot down? Flynn Nagel, he did. Punished that kicking net. It's been a rough month for kicking nets around the world of football. As first Odell Beckham Jr. and now Flynn Nagel.
Yeah, but the net still made the tackle. See if he gets his foot down. There's the catch. There's the foot. Well done by our camera crew. And here's the tackle by the net.
Thorson with a couple of yards to the 24 as McDowell makes the catch. Right into the net, right over the table.
Yeah, that's great awareness, though, actually, with him to dive over that table instead of not getting it hit in a particular spot.
Justin Jackson back in. 2nd down and 9. Thorson off play action.
Oh, great job of defense. They're going to get called for it, though. There's going to be a hold on the outside. And looked like Malik McDowell. He had it back trying to sneak out, and he just latched onto him, wouldn't let him go. It was a good play. Could have been a great play if he'd have let him go earlier.
Defense number 4. 10 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
And you saw it right away, Matt. He grabbed a hold.
Well, yeah, because nobody else on the did. He was going to sneak out clean. That was the plan, to sneak him down on a wheel route. But watch him. See, he's going to see how he just grabs him. So he was fine right there. Now let it go. That's where his mistake was.
Yeah, that's kind of, if you were to look at a picture and say what might define holding, that could be construed as holding by almost any definition.
You know, I said, if you're going to hold them, hold them.
There's Jackson on first down. McDowell gets in on that tackle at the 12-yard line. A 2-yard pickup as we check in with Lisa.
Just an update on Justin Jackson. A quick take job over his right ankle. He's still got a little bit of a slight limp, but he wanted to get back in there as quickly as possible.
Oh, this drive has been building some momentum. No wonder we wanted to be a part of it. The 11th play of the drive, 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line. The toss to Jackson, and McDowell played that so well, Matt. He makes the tackle at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, he maybe got hit in the stomach, but that's a great play by Malik McDowell.
Officials timeout for an injured player.
Current drive, 11-play drive for Northwestern. 7 runs, 4 passes. They're 3 for 6 on third. They've converted 3 straight, but this a 3rd and 5 at the 9.
Look for pressure from the Michigan State defense. Here it comes.
Movement up front. This is a free play. Thorson to the end zone. Touchdown! Clayton Thorson to the end zone finds Austin Carr. And Northwestern right back in this one.
There's a shocker. It was 3rd down.
Offside, defense number 92. That penalty's declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
What's the first thing we said at the start of the show? On 3rd downs, you have to keep your eyes on Austin Carr. He leads the Big Ten in reception yards. Another reception there and a touchdown on top of it. The biggest key, though, was great protection under pressure, and Thorson delivered.
Mitchell on for the extra point. And Northwestern back within 3. Northwestern gets back on the board, down 3, 17-14, 10:04 remaining in the second quarter. Kevin Kugler alongside Matt Millen with Lisa Byington on the field. Very good ball game here between these two teams that are really anxious to get that win and get back to 500 on the year.
I really like the concept, the route concept for the touchdown to Carr. Well done and well executed.
Shelton, he's bringing it out from 5 yards deep. R.J. Shelton with a flag down, and Shelton upended just shy of the 30-yard line by Lewerke. We'll see about the flag on the return, but usually that means the receiving team is going the other way. (17-14) ball game here. As John O'Neill will tell us what's going on.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Holding during their turn, that penalty's declined. Illegal block in the back, number 16 by the return team. Half the distance from the spot of the foul, first down.
Here's Madre London, first carry for London, and London fights his way out near the 8 as we go back to Mike Hall in Chicago. He's got a T-Mobile studio update. (17-2). All right, Mike, thank you very much. Lewerke under some pressure from his own end zone. He finds Corley on the sidelines, and the freshman able to get the feet in play and make the catch to get the first down at the 16.
That's a great job by Corley, but a good job of the officials. See the official standing there?
It's an incomplete pass.
Oh, now they're going to say no, incomplete.
Looked like his knee hit. It's hard to tell from the see his left knee. Left knee, his feet are in. The official's watching this thing perfectly.
Watch his leg.
Feet are in. Ooh, that's a tough one. Let's see it again. There's the feet. Yeah, it's his knee came down
before
the
ball.
Yeah, as he was catching the ball. So good job by the officials. Big third down here, just for the record. They need to get a little bit of that momentum back that they just lost.
And a little bit of breathing room as well.
Yeah.
Because otherwise Northwestern's got a good shot at a short field. Lewerke, pressure coming, and he's blasted in the end zone.
That's a safety.
And Lewerke getting drilled by Joe Gaziano.
That's a safety.
Was tackled in the end zone. Result of the play is a safety.
And they get the ball back. Huge play.
It's the day of freshmen. A redshirt freshman, Joe Gaziano, with his first career sack, and it's a safety.
Yeah, he's on the top side, and Machado just loses him. I mean, he never moves his feet. Gaziano does. Boom, there's the hit. He plants him on the inside of that line, so he's to the left of that line. The ball's to that side. Oh, that's a good hit. That's a nice football play. And that's a safety.
And Joe Gaziano. Fitz says, yes, it is.
He's an old defensive guy. Of course, he loves that stuff. So what's happened right now? Northwestern has effectively swung everything back to their side. They'll get the ball back, and this Michigan State defense is going to have to find a way to be able to take that momentum back to their side.
My, oh my. Anytime you say to people, boy, football's changing, and of course it is. Safety is going to eliminate all the big hits. Not going to eliminate all the big hits. That was a clean
nice
tackle, and that was a form tackle and a huge hit.
Yeah, Buckus would be proud of that.
So now Hartbarger will handle the free kick duties. Northwestern's first safety since November 24th, 2012 against Illinois. They got back into the safety business in emphatic fashion. And Hartbarger with a low kick at the 40-yard line. It's Dickerson, and Dickerson into Michigan State territory at the 49. Thompson on the stop for Michigan State. But Garrett Dickerson, who's got some skills handling the ball, able to get it into Spartan territory at the 49.
Good field position. Malik McDowell is back out for the defense.
Let's check in quickly with Lisa Byington.
Well, they added some extra padding to the left side, the left rib side of Malik McDowell. They even took out a stethoscope to measure his heart rate. He didn't grimace the whole time. He didn't look like he was in a lot of pain. One of the reasons why he's back out here on the field.
From the 49 on first down, Thorson with pressure in his face, got rid of it in time to make it Wilson. Wilson at the 41 as Dowell and Cox combine on the stop. 9 straight completions for Thorson, and he did it with Bulla rushing right in his face.
They've been bringing pressure on him. And just from a year ago, Thorson is a much better player. He is a lot more calm in the pocket and more decisive.
There's Justin Jackson runs into Bulla, and Bulla wins that battle at the 38, but Jackson wins by getting the first down.
First down has been big for this Northwestern team. They've been able to stay positive and capture enough yards to put themselves in third and manageable.
Here's Jackson. In the open field, made a man miss. Jackson out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Monte Nicholson with the tackle. Deontay Copeland had a chance to stop that play for virtually nothing, Matt, and Jackson slipped the tackle.
You know, we spoke to the coaching staff at Northwestern. One of the things they said is, look, we just have to give Justin Jackson some room. If we can get him in space, he'll make a play. So they feel the same way. You get him one-on-one, you have a chance.
At the 16, first down. Diving catch by Jackson, but that's going to be a loss on the play of 3 yards. It's one of those passes that you're better off just letting bounce out of bounds. Second and 13.
But the competitor in you won't allow you to. Yeah, so he has control of that all the way through, and that's a catch. Sets up second and long.
Ball start. Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
That's Tommy Doles, the right guard.
Yeah, just a sophomore, an aggressive guy. He's learning how to play in there. He struggled a little bit, but he's going to be okay. There's some parts to him, like that aggressive, you can't teach. You either have it or you don't. Well, he's got it.
Now remember, the kicking has been a bit inconsistent at times this year for Northwestern. In fact, Pat Fitzgerald the other day when we talked to him said it's just not consistent enough. It continues to be an up and down process. If you're thinking field goal, second and 18 at the 24, Justin Jackson weaving and diving ahead back near the original line of scrimmage at the 16-yard line. Monte Nicholson on the stop.
So what they're doing right now with that Michigan State defense is they're counting on its ability to flow with the ball. And Justin Jackson is slowing it down just a little bit, letting the defense flow, and then he takes it back to the backside. And so if your backside guy doesn't make the tackle, he's got big space to the safety.
A third and 10 here. Carr is in the slot to the top of your screen. On third down, pressure coming. Thorson trying to get rid of it in the area of Jackson. But that pressure creating havoc for Thorson, and Andrew Dowell leading the charge of Spartans into the backfield.
Yeah, that's a nice call by Harlan Barnett, the defensive coordinator. You can see him right where he's right over in here. He's on this side, right over on this side. Here he comes right up in top. Yeah, Dowell, he's not accounted for. So they slide outside, he comes to the inside. Gotta get these glasses checked.
33-yard attempt for Northwestern's first lead. Jack Mitchell is 2 for 5 on the year. The kick by Mitchell on its way, and Northwestern is all the way back from 14 down to take a 19-17 lead. R.J. Shelton back deep. And the ball blowing off the tee. We've had a little wind today, not as vigorous on the field as if you're up high like we are. You could feel it a lot more. That wind gusting a little bit today, starting to affect play on the field. Southwest wind at 13, gusting, I'm sure, in the low 20s here this afternoon. Mitchell ready to kick this one off. Here's R.J. Shelton from the 3-yard line. Shelton near the 20-yard line, and Shelton down right there.
Let's see how Lewerke, the freshman quarterback, can respond.
Got the start today instead of Tyler O'Connor, and that almost intercepted. Timed perfectly, and then a couple of banged up players. That was Trey Williams, another freshman, who came in there
Officials
timing that one, and
for an injured player.
Williams running into Monty Medeiros. Little misdirection as London tries to go around the right side, and Northwestern defends it exceptionally well. Only 2 yards to the 22-yard line. Anthony Walker Jr., the first one there.
Sets up 3rd and 8. So 3rd and 8 defensively. You're going to stay in the zone, especially right down here. You're going to force that quarterback to have to see the whole field. Offensively, what you want to be able to do is understand you still has to have enough time to be able to make the throw, but you've got to get to the chains. Now they're going to show him pressure for a blitz.
Lewerke gets the snap. Pressure's picked up, airing it out for Shelton, tipped and incomplete.
Mistimed it. The ball had a chance. Shelton jumped a little too soon, or he had an opportunity to make the play. That's a pretty well thrown ball.
Lewerke out there, Matt.
Yeah, Lewerke doesn't have. See how he jumped a little bit too soon? Should have taken at least one more step, and then that hang could have resulted in a catch. Just a little bit off. Great effort, however.
No question. 4th and 8, though, and the punt team on. Hartbarger to punt away to Flynn Nagel. Nagel from the 33. Flynn Nagel, 3rd in the conference in average, gets to the 43. A 10-yard return, but a flag down after the 45-yard punt. So good field position for Northwestern in peril here.
During the return, holding return team number 24. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, 1st down.
Today's United States Marine Corps leader of the game is Northwestern's Joseph Jones. There's no greater leadership role than being a parent. He's a new dad. He and his wife Amber welcomed their daughter Scarlett Elise during the bye week. So that's a busy bye week. He's got a double major in economics and communications with a minor in business institutions and a baby at home. And he's playing football in the Big Ten Conference.
And guess which one takes precedence? That little one.
Scarlett Elise. Congratulations to Joseph and Amber. At the 31, 1st down. And Justin Jackson works his way to the 33 as we work our way to Lisa Byington.
Well, you watch Thorson and you watch Jackson. They have great chemistry. They know each other well. There's great communication between the two. They're roommates off campus. They've grown up together, even played on the same AAU basketball team in high school. But Thorson told me, hey, Jackson's almost like a quarterback back there. He sees all the protections really well. He's seen it as I'm seeing it. And we sometimes say the same things on the field at the same time.
Here's Jackson. Oh, nice hit by Monte Nicholson.
He read that right from the start. They brought a blitz, and that puts him in coverage from the back end as a safety. So he starts reading it right away, and yeah, that's just a nice hit. Justin Jackson kind of shrugs it off, but you could heal it up here. Sets up a huge 3rd down for this Northwestern offense. Watch Malik McDowell lined up on the inside. Number 4. He's right there on your screen to the right. Here he is.
3rd and 9. Pressure comes to the sideline, and the catch made diving by Carr for the 1st down. That's a heck of a throw and a heck of a catch.
That's a phenomenal throw, and that's not an easy throw to make. That's all the way across the field. He goes and gets that thing. Ooh, let's see if he had that all the way through. It looks like he did.
He did now, for sure. Justin Jackson hit once and then spins down in the arms of Josh Butler. Raekwon Williams, first guy to contact Justin Jackson. No gain on the play.
Now, one of the things that this Michigan State defense knew that they had to do is be good on 3rd down. And so they knew they had to be aware of Austin Carr, and they had to be able to generate pressure. They've only had 5 sacks all season, which is lousy.
Carr not out there for the moment. 2nd and 9. Jackson Trying to go to the short side of the field. Michigan State is there, and Ponte Nicholson, who had 17 tackles in the BYU game. He's going to have that number or more than that at the pace he's on right now.
Well, they're trying to get to the perimeter. He makes another play again, sets up 3rd and long. This is where this Michigan State defense has got to get pressure, and the offensive line of Northwestern's done a nice job of protection so far.
For a line that allowed 16 sacks on the year entering play.
Right.
They've helped that with a lot of quick tosses to the edge throughout the day. 3rd and 8. Pressure again. And this time Thorson is sacked. Malik McDowell, like a heat-seeking missile. Right to Thorson. Josh Butler there to help out and close the door.
If you listen real close, you could hear the coaches say, it's about time. And this is what they've been looking for. Now, he just ran past Dobbs' guard, number 71. It wasn't even close. He turns back inside. And he sticks it with Justin Jackson, which is a complete mismatch. You have to go big on big up front, especially with Malik McDowell, who's very talented.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup for anybody. Tommy Doles had that one go right by. And now 4th down and 16. And a timeout's utilized by Northwestern. 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the first half. Quick 30-second timeout. 19-17, 2:19 remaining in the first half. And a 4th down and 16. Northwestern will punt it away. And Michigan State with a pair of timeouts to see if they can navigate down and grab the lead before halftime. Sowards the deep man, and Sowards at the 22. Looked up and saw nothing but white and purple in front of him, and he takes it to the 28-yard line. Alonzo Mayo there to finish it off. 42-yard punt and a 6-yard return. From the 28, Shelton going back the other way. Shelton looking for running room, and he won't find it. Quick to the edge, Nate Hall with the tackle.
Hall got on his horse right there. As long as they're running lateral, you're not gaining ground on you. It sets up this 2nd and 11, but Hall, man, looks like he was shot from a gun from the inside out. Well played.
Northwestern has 2 timeouts as well. If they hold Michigan State without any yardage on this play, do they start to use one of their 2 timeouts?
Yeah, you'd think that they would.
Now remember, that kicking game has been inconsistent for Northwestern this year as Lewerke running for his life, slings it short. And Holmes up the right sideline, fights his way across the 30 to the 32-yard line.
How he picked up that last 4 yards is beyond me. He was surrounded by a bunch of ill-intentioned defenders.
Wildcats are not using a timeout here. Now 3rd and 6 for Michigan State. We talked about it a moment ago. 3rd downs have been a problem for the Spartans this year, especially when compared to last year. Now they're not in any urgency here. They're just trying to run this one down.
It might be because they're trying to protect their freshman quarterback, but they're still putting him in this situation. See how he responds.
On 3rd down, Lewerke, they'll just throw that one away. Pressure coming from Alex Miller, and Lewerke got rid of it. It's 4th down. Coming up at halftime, Rick Stanley and Howard have all the scores and highlights from today's Big Ten action. That's coming up on the Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report. So the Spartans bogged down here, and the punt team will come on once more with Jake Hartbarger.
One thing Lewerke is going to have to get a little bit better on just after these last couple series is don't bail so fast. Still trust that your pocket's going to be there. He's probably still remember that hit he took on the safety.
Good punt by Hartbarger.
That's a monster.
Nagel fielding it and backing up to the 5. Nagel to the 10, and he's not going to get much further than that, down at the 12 in the arms of Matt Morrissey. That was a sky-high 59-yard punt, and with the fact that Northwestern's going to get the ball to start the second half, they're back at their own 12. Got to believe that Pat Fitzgerald is just going to say to this team, let's go to the locker room.
Yeah, you take this one as a win. You're down by 14. You clawed your way back. You're in control of this game. Score's still tight, we get the ball back, that first series of the third quarter will be your most important.
Pat Fitzgerald, you can see him waving on the sideline saying, we're going in, guys. They're going to take a knee, and we are headed into the locker room. That'll be the final play of the first half. A first half that saw Michigan State spring to a 14-0 lead, and Northwestern fighting back to take a 19-17 lead into the locker room. Very interesting game. Ready to kick this one off. Kevin Cronin handling the kickoff duties for Michigan State. Drives this kickoff to Solomon Ball 3 yards deep in the end zone. He'll kneel for the touchback, and Northwestern out to the 25-yard line. So we've seen what, or heard what Mark D'Antonio wants to do to try to slow down Northwestern. What do you make of what Northwestern did in that first half, and how do they continue in the second half?
Yeah, I think they just stayed the course. I think what they did was just followed their game plan. Get the ball into Justin Jackson's hand. And they manipulated the defense by formation, got receivers to one side. That cutback we talked about in the first half, it's exactly what they're doing. Justin Jackson can make one guy miss. That's what they're doing. So he says give him numbers. That means he wants an extra guy down there for Justin Jackson.
From the 25, first down. Quick toss to Jackson on the edge. Trying to get him in space. That's usually a good decision as he's finished off by Riley Bullough at the 31-yard line.
Okay, there's your numbers, okay? Riley Bullough does a nice job of coming inside out. He made the first guy miss. You're going to have more than one tackler, but that's a nice pickup of 6 yards.
Here's Jackson trying to sweep to the left, and he gets to the 31, back to the line of scrimmage. No gain because Demetrius Cooper was there.
So, Kevin, this has been the story for Michigan State on defense. You got to win third down. Michigan State has not done a good job on third downs. Third and long and third and short like this, third medium right now. So winning third down is imperative for this Michigan State defense.
Northwestern's been better than average today on third. Third and 4. Thorson, quick toss, catch is made, first down. Andrew Scanlon all the way across the 40 to the 43-yard line. And for Scanlon, just his 7th catch of the year, a pickup of 12.
I mean, that's just a route that's a simple route.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line. Thorson, good protection. Wide open down the sidelines is Nagel, and Flynn Nagel for the touchdown. 57 yards for Flynn Nagel, and Northwestern adds to the lead.
If you listen close, you could hear the coverage blow up. That thing was blown from the start. Nagel found a hole in that coverage down there, and because the protection was good, the offensive line wins that. Thorson's able to put it on the money, and that's another 6 quick.
The longest catch and the first touchdown of Flynn Nagel's career. He only played in 5 games a year ago before injury ended that season. And a 4-play, 75-yard drive, and Northwestern stuns the crowd at Spartan Stadium. Out of the locker room and right into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, the first thing is look at the protection. There's lots of great protection all the way around. And the second thing is there's nobody sitting there. No one sitting there at all. That was a completely blown coverage. Here's roll 22. So you got 3-on-3. Let's see what happens on the top side. Looks like they have their 2 safeties sitting deep. They're going to split that. Now you got to get up. There's your drop. Yeah, he has to sink in coverage right here. The guy trailing. He's got to sink in coverage. He tried to sneak up and had a little bit of nose trouble with the guy underneath him. When you're clearing that deep safety, the guy, the corner on the outside, he's got to get depth. If he doesn't, things like that happen.
Wow, Northwestern blasting out of the locker room with a touchdown, and now a 2-score lead. R.J. Shelton from the 1-yard line. Shelton down at the 20-yard line. And the start of the second half continues kind of a disturbing trend for Michigan State, allowing a lot of problems to arise in second halves of games. Their defense has really struggled yardage-wise, but more so points-wise. Look at that, first half 45, and now 107 points allowed in the second half by the Spartan defense.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish. They've got to be able to finish. A lot of pressure here on this young freshman.
Lewerke with a 4-man rush. In trouble. Lewerke trying to flip it, and it's caught by L.J. Scott, and Scott goes out of bounds. Looks like a yard behind the line of scrimmage. They may give him progress back to the 20. If you were just joining us and you're wondering why Brian Lewerke is in, Mark D'Antonio today made the decision. Tyler O'Connor was not going to start, the man who started all year long, and Brian Lewerke, the redshirt freshman, would get the nod. He got off to a hot start, threw a touchdown pass that his defense provided a score. It was 14-0 Michigan State before some of the fans got settled into their seats here at Spartan Stadium. But since that time, Northwestern has surged into a 26-17 lead. Lewerke's pass caught at the 24-yard line, and down immediately is R.J. Shelton, and it'll bring up third down.
Well, coverage has been pretty good, so he's throwing into tighter windows. I'd like to see him just hang a little bit more in that pocket. He has the feet to be able to get outside, but he has been decisive, and he's going to have to be here on 3rd and 5.
On 3rd and 5, protection breaks down. Lewerke can run. Got him. Throws on the run, and he's got Corley for the first down.
It's all on Lewerke. Corley does a nice job of staying alive with his route, but Lewerke is able to buy time and roll out to his left. See how he squares his shoulders? That's all natural for him. That's a freshman he needs to get the ball to more. That's the one guy they have who could be their playmaker.
6th among all Power Conference freshmen is Donnie Corley in receiving yards entering play today. He is a playmaker. Draw play to L.J. Scott, and Scott runs into the arms of Walker, and Walker stops him at the line of scrimmage, no gain. We talked at the top of the broadcast, Matt, about the urgency of this game for both of these teams. You see Michigan State, you can't afford to fall any farther behind in the East Division. Northwestern just trying to keep up with a jumbled West Division right now.
Well, Kevin, it's like we said, there are teams in your schedule that you know you're not going to be favored against. Then there's teams that you are favored, and then there are these teams. The coin flip games. These are the ones that define your season.
Not to mention that you need those 6 wins to get yourself to a bowl game. And, well, there are some teams on the schedule that are going to make it awfully tough on each of these teams remaining here. 3rd down and 8 now at the 40-yard line for Michigan State.
Well, now is not the time, but right now what Northwestern defensively is doing is they're forcing Lewerke to throw into about a 15-yard box. At one point, they have to take a shot. They got to spread this thing, get it open a little bit.
David Beadle in at left guard now for Tyler Higbee on 3rd down and 8 at the 40-yard line. Lewerke with protection, and it's too tall for Corley.
Yeah, it looked like it was an option route at the top of that thing, and they misread it. Corley did an out, and he was expecting something deeper.
And so now 4th down, and starting to see just a little frustration on this Michigan State offense. There was some communication between the 2 freshmen.
Yeah, and they're talking about it right now. Like, what did you see? And that's one of the things that you're going to have to live through that, because Lewerke hasn't been out there. Corley hasn't been out there, and so That happens.
And the fair catch called and made by Nagel at the 14-yard line. Just moments ago, Matt Millen, Tyler O'Connor, a little warm-up toss and a thumbs up. Helmet on, starting to loosen up a little bit. Are they going to lift the freshman starter and bring back the senior captain?
That looks like a great indicator. If your mom reading my keys, I would say yes.
On first down, toss to the sideline. Solomon Volt trying to get away, and he'll be down at the 22-yard line in the arms of Justin Lane and Demetrius Cox. What does that do if you go with Lewerke as your starter and now second half he gets set down again?
I mean, I think right now what it means is that Coach D'Antonio said, look, everybody be ready. I think that's what that means. Yeah, we got a game to win, and that's the most important thing. And before we even get to that, by the way, on this third down, we've got to get a stop right here. Got to be able to get a stop. Lee McDowell, the guys who are your players, they've got to make a play. Find a way to make a play. Who's going to make a play right now? That's what's got to happen.
On 3rd and 2, and it's Carr again. Austin Carr, Mr. Third Down to the 33 and a first.
Identify where he is, cover him. They identified him, they covered him, and the ball was perfectly thrown. Look at this window it's in. That is just really well done. Cox was right there. I mean, he was all over it. I'm grading that. That's an A play for the safety, but an A+ for the receiver and quarterback.
228 yards on 3rd down for Austin Carr this year. To the sideline, there's Carr again. Not sure he was allowed to catch passes on 1st down, but he did, and it's at the 41-yard line. 8-yard pickup for Austin Carr. He came into this, Matt, leading the Big Ten in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. Since 1990, there have been 2 guys to lead in all 3 categories, Allen Robinson at Penn State and Desmond Howard. That's it. That's the list. Nobody else. He's in elite company. Second and 2. Here's Carr again. Got the block. Carr with a first down into Michigan State territory at the 45. First down. Thorson on the run to the sidelines. Open is Scanlon. And Scanlon's got a first down. Shedding tackles. And Scanlon all the way down to the 25-yard line. He gets 20 before Justin Lane can finally catch up to him.
They are not getting pressure. Thorson is throwing the ball with decisiveness and accuracy, and this is what you get. And so excellent play calling right now by Northwestern. Defensively, I tighten my coverage.
From the 25, Thorson looking for the end zone, and that's incomplete. He was trying to find Bennett Skoranek with Josh Butler all over him at 2nd down.
Skoranek has the top side. That's just an overthrown ball, but I mean, you have to take that shot. He had somebody to the middle of the field. I didn't see who it was, the number, but he had somebody to the middle. Instead, he took that shot. Sets up his 2nd and down.
Jackson jumping over a blocker. Jackson gets the edge and gets out of bounds with a first down. Fry had a chance to get him. He just reached out late, couldn't pull him down, and a pickup of 11.
Yeah, watch the patience. Right before the leap, nice leap. Yeah, right before that, he just slowed it down to let his blockers get in front of him and give him exactly what he needed. Another first down for Northwestern.
And another 100-yard game for Justin Jackson. From the 14 on first down, the option, the pitch to Jackson. And Jackson bouncing off Morrissey and gets out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
Well, Northwestern has done exactly what they said they wanted. Watch this nice stiff arm right here. Right there, right in the top of the helmet. Really well done. This kid's a complete back. But what they wanted to be able to do was get him in space and let him use his ability to make you miss. And they've done just that. It's a nice game plan by this Northwestern offensive staff.
And John Moten, the fourth now in at running back. As Thorson keeps the seam parts, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's a quarterback.
Clayton Thorson turned a corner and saw the end zone beckoning. Slipped through the arms of Josh King and stretches the Wildcat lead.
Nice call, even better execution. It comes down to Thorson with his read. They vacate, you fill the void. He did it well.
Nick McCall's got to be thrilled. The offensive coordinator for Northwestern, his offense hitting on all cylinders right now. They put up 38 against Northwestern, and now against Iowa rather, and now 33 points on the board against Michigan State.
At halftime, Lisa told us that they had to get numbers on Justin Jackson. So here are the numbers. They're in man coverage. They're taking these two guys right here. This is who you're optioning off of. And so once they void outside with the numbers, you're just reading Malik McDowell, and Thorson does the whole thing perfectly. Nice block back to the inside on Bulla, and it's 6 quick. Really well executed.
33-17 Northwestern. They were down 14-0 in the first. And this kickoff will go through the end zone for the touchback. And Michigan State will go back to the old quarterback. Tyler O'Connor will make his way out onto the field to try to lead this offense back for Michigan State. And it's an offense that has slowed considerably since the fast start to this ballgame. Can O'Connor provide the spark as Lewerke will put on the headset and learn from the sidelines? Look at this from the first quarter on. First quarter, 6 first downs, 144 yards. Since 1 first down, 23 yards. And on first down, not much running room for Madre London. So Tyler O'Connor coming off the bench. First time this year that he's done that, but his last 3 games, this is why the change was made. 0-3 record and a completion percentage of under 55%. His first 3 starts dating back to last year, that completion percentage was 70%.
If you peel back the onion a little bit behind those numbers, you'll see the one thing that's caught up to him is his lack of decisiveness. He holds on to the ball just a little bit too much.
Second and 8 pressure coming, and he hits the sideline for Josiah Price, who breaks 2 tackles, and Price has the first down. All the way out to the 41-yard line, a pickup of 14 on the play, and Josiah Price and the Spartans move the chains.
So Northwestern knows that. And so what do? They try to hasten that thing, try to make him have to do something. So they bring pressure, and they get a little bit of a hit on O'Connor.
He was limping a bit afterwards. He'll air it deep down the seam, looking for Shelton. What a juggling catch, and the touchdown!
I smell a little bit of Big Ten Player of the Week right there. We talked about the tip drill in the other games, Kevin. Here's another one. This is just about concentration and never quitting. First the protection. Well thrown ball, and that is a Big Ten standout if I've ever seen one. Well done by Shelton.
R.J. Shelton with Michael Geiger on for the extra point, and a spark thrown into Spartan Stadium. Mark D'Antonio's in his 13th year as a head coach, 10th at Michigan State. He has never in his head coaching career had a 4-game losing streak. They're on a 3-game skid right now, but his offense providing a little lift a moment ago. Tyler O'Connor with a touchdown pass to R.J. Shelton to give a little bit of a lift to Michigan State, get him right back in this game.
And bigger than that, though, Kev, he stretched the field. Remember I said they were throwing within a 20-yard box? They need that. You got to be able to stretch that thing to loosen his secondary up a little bit. Lewerke was all over that. He tipped the ball, but Shelton just stayed with it.
That'll go through the end zone for the touchback to the 25. Now, though, your defense has to figure out a way to stop Northwestern. Right. Remember, Northwestern wasted little time marching down the field and scoring on their own.
Correct. They have not gotten any pressure on Clayton Thorson at all.
On first down at the 25, the quick toss out to Nagel. And Nagel finds very little running room thanks to Viante Copeland. A yard gained on the play, 2nd and 9.
Copeland did a nice job of leveraging that. That means get the defender to the inside, give the receiver only one way to go. Nicholson, the safety, was coming down, and they made the play.
Second down and 9. Justin Jackson with his 23rd carry, and he gets to the 30-yard line. Jackson ran sideways on that play, Matt.
But Kevin, what they're trying, it's the same thing we said in the first half. They're trying to get the defense to flow, and then he's cutting it back. So he's running sideways to get them to believe the fake, which is not really a fake. If they don't, he'll take off and run. But he's been cutting things to the backside. Anyway, sets up this third down. Big down right here for both sides.
Michigan State trying to build on that momentum their offense provided. Thorson and a diving attempt. Juggle, that's going to be picked off by Riley Bulla.
See if it didn't hit the ground.
Pick. Riley Bulla with the interception. Solomon Volt, the intended receiver, and it's Michigan State ball. Or is it?
Well, Riley's not, he's not as excited as you normally see him. Let's see if it didn't touch the ground here someplace.
Yeah, we saw it already.
Oh, yeah, right
on the
there.
field was an interception. That ruling is under further review.
Watch it here. This is a great angle of it.
Yeah, there you go. Great camera shot by our guys. Well done down there, guys.
You can see Riley Bulla did such a good job of selling it that the officials, at least initially, were able to glance at it and say, yeah, that's an interception. But it bounced twice.
Yeah, I don't believe that Riley even knew that it hit the ground. He probably...
It's going to be Michigan State ball after a Northwestern punt, however, because it'll be an incomplete pass and bring up a 4th down. And you see what Mike Pereira told us earlier? When they're writing, usually a sign they're going to overturn something.
Yep, exactly. We're right on you, Mike. Yep. No fooling us.
Pereira's given up all the secrets today on this BTN broadcast.
Open the vault.
So it'll be 4th down, and what that means is Michigan State builds, Matt, on the momentum that their offense provided. They get the 3 and out, and they're going to get the ball back.
It's exactly what they needed to have done. And so you can feel it shift a little bit. The most important thing for Michigan State on the other side, once they get the ball, is not to say, hey, we need a big play. You need consistency. You need consistent play, as does Northwestern defensively. They need to do what they have been doing. As they're scribbling on their pads, we're going to show you what they're scribbling down when it happened. There's the ball hitting the ground, and now they're going to have to find out where the ball goes back to, how many seconds they have to put back on the clock, all that stuff.
After further review, it was an incomplete pass. As a result, it'll be 4th and 5 at the 30-yard line. Please adjust the clock to 4:58.
The crowd booing about this, but that was clearly an incomplete pass. Mark D'Antonio knows he's getting the ball back anyway.
5 on the clock.
Both these coaches are cut from the same cloth. Both of them. I love their approach to the game of football. Good teachers, good enthusiasm, good stuff.
All I know is if you have a secret that you don't want told, tell it to Mark D'Antonio.
Exactly.
We tried 9 different ways to Sunday to get the word as to who was going to be the starting quarterback when we chatted with him yesterday, and he wouldn't tell a soul. Sowards from the 23-yard line for Michigan State. And good coverage by Northwestern as he's down near the 28, a 47-yard punt and a 4-yard return from the 28-yard line on first down. O'Connor on his second series with the play fake. Got a quick block. O'Connor over his middle, and he finds the open receiver Jamal Lyles for the first down to the 45-yard line as we check in with Lisa Byington.
I've been watching the exchange between Lewerke and O'Connor on the sideline. It continues to be smooth and very businesslike. No raw emotions. There was no attitude by Lewerke. There was no over-exuberance by O'Connor. They actually even fist pumped. It's almost like they expected that a switch might be made. Remember, Mark D'Antonio has talked all week that he could use multiple quarterbacks in this game.
Well, he certainly has, as Holmes gets 1 yard. Michigan State, Matt, one thing they have not been able to do again today is establish any kind of a running game. The most rushing yardage they have is from Lewerke on scrambles. They have 71 yards as a team.
Yeah, particularly on the inside. They've been trying the inside, and they have not had success there at all.
Under 4 minutes to go in the third. 2nd and 9, Michigan State. O'Connor with pressure coming. Able to step away. Good work by O'Connor, and then he misses Shelton. Shelton was open. Nate Hall providing the rush, but great work in the pocket by Tyler O'Connor.
Yeah, that's as good as it gets. That's drill work right there. You can see all the practice is right there coming out of him. And then he has the receiver open. He just misfires. Now, that's scramble drill. And so part of the scramble drill that's tough is it's not a known route, so you don't know exactly what the heck you're going to get. One thing you do know you're going to get out of Mike Hankwitz is pressure on this quarterback. And so far, they've been able to do that.
Mike Hankwitz and Dave Warner worked together at Kansas a few years back. They're very familiar with one another. Offensive coordinator Michigan State and Northwestern's defensive coordinator. That's a strip on the attempted sack, and it's recovered by Northwestern. Joe Gaziano, who had the safety earlier, comes up with the strip after Ifeadi Odenigbo rips it out of the arms of Tyler O'Connor. Odenigbo had 4 sacks against Iowa, Matt. He comes in, provides the pressure, and Gaziano gets the loose ball.
Here he is right down here. I want you to watch. When he gets even with his hips, it's over. Right there to the inside. That is just great feel. So he powers them, and then he comes back to the inside, gave him a two-way go, and gets the strip. Gaziano is just flopping around there looking for a ball. That's a big-time play.
And derails the momentum Michigan State was building. Dickerson now in motion. That Spartan defense trying to answer the bell. Thorson with protection, and it's incomplete.
Nice job here by the offensive line of Northwestern. I think, remember we said at the start, whoever wins the line of scrimmage will win this game. I think right now Northwestern has taken charge of that. They've been able to get to the passer on the defensive side with only 4, and offensively they've been protecting exceptionally well.
2nd and 10 at the 41. Justin Jackson reversing his field, and Jackson to the 37-yard line. You've got to be very patient on a play like that, waiting for that crease to open up. 3rd down and 6 now for Northwestern.
That's all that is just getting numbers to his side and running away from numbers. Just smart football by the Northwestern staff.
Michigan State showing a little pressure. Here it comes, and Jackson is buried by Malik McDowell. He almost took the handoff from Thorson.
Remember we said you had to identify where he's going to line up. Now he's lined up right over the center. So you cover off both guards. What does that do? That puts one-on-one in the center. And then they slide the line. They tried to slide off McDowell. You can't have a guy coming down with a man his quickness. That was a mistake, and McDowell made him pay for it.
9 tackles, 1.5 sacks for Malik McDowell. Not even through the third quarter yet. Short punt. Sowards calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 14-yard line, where it'll be first down for Michigan State. Mike Hall's a regular. No excitement on that one. Now 1st and 10 at the 14. O'Connor looking deep again. He's got Shelton open. Shelton's got it! On the run! R.J. Shelton takes it all the way for the touchdown! An 86-yard touchdown bomb from Tyler O'Connor to R.J. Shelton.
So you say we needed some explosive plays. That's a way to do it. He got isolated on Mayo outside, and Shelton just ran right past him with the throw was perfect. Right where it had to be. R.J. Shelton took it to the house.
And the kick is good. Michigan State feeling a little better, as are the fans at Spartans Stadium. They're right back in this game, down just 2, as the kickoff will bounce at the 5, fielded there. Vault with some running room on the sidelines. Uh-oh, Solomon Vault veering to the middle of the field, got a block. Solomon Vault gonna try to sap the energy out of this crowd as he takes it all the way for the touchdown. No flags on the field. What a counterpunch. 95 yards for Solomon Vault.
Where's the energy now? He just sucked it right out of this stadium. What a great play by Vault. Normally, when the ball bounces, it generally doesn't end up as a good thing. This time, it hit the ground and he just took it the other way. That's exceptional.
Here's Jack Mitchell for the extra point. An 86-yard touchdown strike for Michigan State. Northwestern responds with a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And it's a 40-31 lead. Northwestern back up by 2 scores.
Yeah, this is just running with your eyes. It's all this is. So now once you have a plan when the ball comes to you on kickoff return, once that ball hits the ground, the timing's all screwed up. So then you have to just make something happen. Well, Solomon Vault, like I said, used his eyes, and it did make a huge play happen.
That 95-yarder, the 4th kickoff return touchdown in the career of Solomon Vault. His first was an 89-yarder against Illinois in the finale of the 2014 season. So he has 4 kickoff return touchdowns in essentially a year and a half. 1 in the finale of 2014, 2 last year, and now 1 this year.
Seems easy for him, doesn't it?
My goodness. Still 1:53 to go in the third. 71 points on the board. Hope he didn't step away to run to the grocery store or grab a soda. You've missed 2 huge plays in the last 3 real-time minutes. Mitchell's kickoff. R.J. Shelton going to take a knee. And Michigan State back to work again. Tyler O'Connor came on in relief today after Brian Lewerke was named the starting quarterback by Mark D'Antonio. O'Connor has come in and has been nearly perfect on the day. 4 for 5, 176 yards and 2 touchdowns.
But most importantly, he's been decisive. There hasn't been any hesitation. When he sees him, he lets it rip. And that's really what he wasn't doing. He was holding it just a little bit more.
L.J. Scott in the backfield with O'Connor on first down. O'Connor off play action in trouble, and Walker with a sack. Second sack of the year for Anthony Walker Jr., who did not bite on the play fake.
Yeah, you're going to watch him right up here. And so they're just going to bring 5. He comes unblocked. Really, I think this was supposed to be more of a run blitz because they were playing. It looked like they dropped to a middle safety free.
O'Connor over the middle. That's caught by Tristan Jackson down at the 25-yard line. 7-yard pickup after the sack, so it'll bring up a 3rd down. Jackson, just a freshman. Seen a lot of young faces out there for Michigan State.
Keep your eye on Denebo. Snap the ball. Denebo off the edge. You got to be careful.
O'Connor throws to the sideline, caught. And Felton Davis, the 3rd, takes it all the way to the 40-yard line for the 1st down. 15-yard pickup, Cairo and McGee there to try to bring down the 6'4" sophomore Felton Davis.
Kevin, that's what I haven't seen out of O'Connor. Now, he threw that ball before he made the break. That was great anticipation. That is what he was really lacking earlier.
On 1st down and 10, Holmes trying to find the corner, can't get there. Tackle made by Odenigbo, and that may be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Only 35 points scored between the two teams in the 3rd quarter.
Not too bad. We'll take that.
And that will be indeed the final play of this 3rd quarter. 40-31. 40-31 Northwestern with the lead as we start the 4th quarter. Kevin Kugler, Matt Millen, Lisa Byington with you, our BTN crew here at East Lansing. Just in the 3rd quarter alone, 57-yard touchdown catch, 59-yard touchdown catch, 86-yard touchdown catch, and a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. What will the 4th quarter bring in a 9-point game? O'Connor to the air on 1st down, and Shelton trying to pull that one in under duress from Jalen Prater, and it'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Nice tight coverage. The ball's where it had to be. That's a small window. I'm impressed with O'Connor. This is the best I've seen him. I watched 3 games of his on tape. I saw 1 on television, which doesn't really help you very much. But O'Connor is decisive, and he's getting rid of the ball quickly, not waiting for them to get open. He's pulling a string like they wanted him to.
3rd down and 10 here for Michigan State. 4-man rush for Northwestern. Pressure coming. O'Connor able to get away. Looking to throw. Airing it deep. Got a Corley jump ball. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jared McGee at the 9-yard line. Odenigbo had the pass rush that forced O'Connor out, and then the pick is thrown at the 9.
Actually, that's as good as a punt. O'Connor, he actually has him. He's on the backside. If that ball's thrown deep, he has a chance to get it. Instead, they get that's as good as a good punt. Denebo's played a good game here. He's got good pressure. They haven't had to rely, this Northwestern defense, on blitzes.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about 4-man pressure from Northwestern today. They haven't needed to bring too much else. From the 9-yard line, nowhere to go.
Malik McDowell again. He's played himself a pretty good game also.
He's 1-man pressure.
Yeah, and he's been coming off the edge, which they haven't had. And so they start to run that slow zone read, and he just comes down the line exceptionally well.
2nd down and 10 at the 9-yard line. Thorson from the end zone, and not much room to roam after the catch for Garrett Dickerson.
Showing pressure to showing tight coverage. Looks like 3-on-2 on the inside.
Early movement, might be a free play. And Thorson cannot connect with that one, but there was movement up front, and they let it go. That would be enough for a 1st down if it is against Michigan State.
Offside. Defense number 98. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
It was 3rd and 5. We'll see if that penalty does indeed get them to the marker. It'll
I
depend
think
on the spot.
short.
Looks like they are by
About a yard,
inches.
yeah. Now they're not going to move the chains. This is short. And so what's happening here, so they brought numbers. Now this changes what you do. Now Justin Jackson becomes a bigger factor. And the feet of Clayton Thorson.
3rd down and a half yard after the penalty. Austin Carr in motion. And the play clock was winding down. A flag was thrown, but a timeout may have been called first, and it was.
Prior to the snap, charge timeout Northwestern. They're first.
We'll step aside with that timeout in a 9-point game. Today's Duluth Trading hardest working player is Justin Jackson. 26 carries, 117 yards and a touchdown for the junior running back.
He is a terrific player. Patient, great eyes, excellent change of direction. He's what you want.
3rd and short. Big play early in the 4th. Thorson gives it to Jackson, and Justin Jackson gets the first down to the 21.
You need the tough yards, you can give it to him. You need something to take it for something, break a big play, you could give it to him. You need to throw the ball out in the flat and make a play, he can do that as well. He's a complete back.
On 1st down, Jackson again, and Justin Jackson to the 27. We go to Mike Hall in Chicago, a T-Mobile studio update. Dangerous game for the 10th ranked Huskers. Thank you, Mike. Up by just 2 in Bloomington. Jackson turns the corner and gets the first down. Riley Bulla had a chance at him. Copeland had a chance at him, and Jackson just outran the attempt to get the first.
Yeah, but they were able to capture the edge. A nice job by the tight end. Look here, we said this at the start, and I'll say it again. Whoever wins the line of scrimmage will win this game. Right now, Northwestern has won the line of scrimmage.
Jackson on 1st down. Jackson to the corner again, and he gets 9 to the 44. Fry and Willis chase him out.
That time, Cooper, 98, did his job. He defended the edge. He turned it back to the inside. Now your friends have to be able to get there, and they weren't able to. Justin Jackson snuck through it before them all. They're just running the clock. They're trusting their offensive line to win for them. And the feet of Justin Jackson.
2nd down and 1. Here's Jackson again. Nice cutback. Jackson found a crease, and he's inside Michigan State territory to the 47 with a first down.
They're still staying in that 2-shell. They're daring them to run. And run they will.
And Jackson will get yardage to the 44. A 3-yard pickup. Tariq Thompson on the stop for Michigan State. Seven carries for 38 yards. Jackson will get a breather on the sideline. Look at that rushing yardage today.
It's been all Justin Jackson. He's been the show.
155 yards as he gets that breather. Thorson on the option keep. That looked a little awkward as he goes down to the 43-yard line.
Well, they're going to option off the end man, and they're forcing him to make a decision. And so they get him in Thorson to slow it down a little bit. That allows Riley Bulla to come from the inside out and set up this 3rd down. So as well as Northwestern's played, this is the down that counts. Michigan State's got to be able to get off the field right here. They need to tighten the coverage here on this 3. Off coverage, looks like they're faking a blitz.
Carr is in the slot at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, right here.
On third down, pressure coming. Throwing, and what a catch by guess who? Austin Carr. Thorson was backpedaling and had enough to get it there.
Well, that's just, what do you say? They need a big play. Carr's delivered all season long, and they came down again. Wills had decent coverage, not great coverage.
Moten on the carry, kicking forward and gets back to the line of scrimmage and can't get any further. Austin Carr today, 10 catches for 101 yards and a touchdown. Gives him 42 catches on the year for 566 yards, 244 of those on third.
Yeah, he's been a chain mover. He's been absolutely exceptional.
Career high in catches for Carr today. On second down, Thorson on the pitch to Bolt. Solomon Bolt, nice open field tackle by Andrew Dowell.
So reset this. So you go ahead and you're down by 11. If you kick the field goal, it's still a 2-score game. So a win for Michigan State right here would be to hold them here and have a field goal attempt.
40-31 Northwestern with the 9-point lead. But look at this drive.
Well,
13th play coming up.
Yeah. And so where's Austin Carr? You got to find him and tighten the coverage. Stay on him.
He is in the slot at the top of the screen right there. Now he's
switching. See how they're playing off like that? I would jump that cover. I wouldn't give him a chance to get hands on him.
On 3rd and 9, it'll be Justin Jackson picking his way to the left, and Jackson bursting for the touchdown. 26 yards for Jackson's second rushing touchdown of the day. And Justin Jackson has given Northwestern the 15-point lead before the extra point.
Great call by Mick McCall. So, yeah, we have the 3rd down chain mover. But don't forget about Justin Jackson, who's been tearing you up inside. And his patience and his ability to move laterally is what gets him there. Really well done. That's how he waits for things to develop in front of him. You see that little jump cut there? And that's just great instincts, great running ability. It's a huge day for Justin Jackson.
181 yards on 33 carries and 2 touchdowns. He had 171 2 weeks ago against Iowa, and he's done it 10 yards better today. And he's just about 5 yards away from his career high as Garrett Dickerson, slow to get up, now makes his way to the sideline.
Well, lost in all that. Left tackle Blake Hance, Connor Mahoney, left guard, Brad North, the center, Tommy Doles, the right guard, Eric Olson. They have played very, very well. They're the ones who have given them all the room to be able to run and to turn off of and cut off of. And they've won the line of scrimmage, therefore they win the game. Of course, we still got 8 minutes to see what happens.
Extra point by Mitchell is good.
Spat, he's a tight end. Just a very versatile guy.
R.J. Shelton trying to make a play. He'll bring it from 1 yard out. And Shelton fighting through one tackle out to the 24-yard line.
Fastest guy, but fast enough. Really played exceptionally well here today, and he has the hands to be able to be an effective pass catcher in that department also.
From the 19 on 1st down, O'Connor off the double fake, open, and caught Delton Williams out to the 46-yard line as we check in for an injury update with Lisa Byington.
Several injury updates, Kevin. Northwestern telling me Garrett Dickerson, an upper body injury. He's doubtful to return. On the Michigan State side, left guard David Beadle is done with a left knee injury. And during that last Northwestern drive, Monte Nicholson, they were working on his left shoulder, nearly got him back into the play before Justin Jackson was able to score, but you could expect him to see him back in the next series.
That's good news for Michigan State. Thanks, Lisa. As O'Connor will go back to the air. He's got Corley open on the sidelines, and Corley out of bounds at the 35 of Northwestern. Here comes Michigan State again behind Tyler O'Connor off the bench today.
Still a two-score game. There's the catch. There's the foot down. It's a good catch all the way through. This time now it's complicated with the two-point conversions.
O'Connor, the toss, Shelton, the toss, and falling down to make the catch is Josiah Price. That may not be how it looked in practice, but it ends up getting down to the 16.
But what makes it even better is he has to throw that ball immediately. And Price does a great job of making sure he gets the catch to set up this first and 10 from about the 16-yard line.
O'Connor to Corley, who got a block. Corley sandwiched and driven down at the 9-yard line. Alonzo Mayo finishing him off.
Yeah, 28 Mayo showed up there. Really good job. Just stacked them up. They're going with pace here. They're going with pace, and it's been effective.
2nd down and 3. Play action. O'Connor to the end zone. Touchdown, Corley. And the Spartans aren't done yet.
Now they have to go for 2. Well, Dave Warner opened the playbook on that one. They didn't want to be so conservative, so they just opened it up, and O'Connor responded. Let's see what happens here on this 2-point.
10-point game here. 7:10 to go. Tyler O'Connor in limited play has 255 yards passing today. O'Connor on the reverse to Shelton. Shelton, he'll throw it, and he throws incomplete to Josiah Price. Tyler O'Connor did not start this game. He did not come in until the second half. He's already tied his career high in touchdown passes, and he is just 8 yards shy of tying his career high in yardage thrown. His team, though, down 10.
Yeah, but this may be exactly what he needed. Kicking the drawers to get him fully engaged. And Kevin, he is just cutting it loose. I haven't seen him do this. This is the first I've seen him all season long be this decisive, and the ball's coming out right when it has to.
They're going to try a little pooch onside. There's a flag down, and it'll go out of bounds. So it's going to be Northwestern ball. Flags down with an offsides. Michigan State trying to catch him off guard a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like that particular decision, but
Offside on the kicking team, number 19. Northwestern will add 5 yards to the end of the kick. First down.
so let's see if Northwestern's offensive line can continue to do the job they've done all game long.
Jackson to the corner, and Jackson down at the 40 in the arms of Kari Willis.
The early reviews are yes.
Justin Jackson's up to 188 against the Michigan State defense that over the last 3 games coming in has allowed 180 yards on the ground per game. BYU gashed him for 260 yards rushing. Quick toss to the edge. That'll be a first down at the 33-yard line as Macon Wilson's second catch of the day moves the chains.
That's well done by Clayton Thorson. So he sees the corner blitz. The only coverage that you can have is the safety coming inside out. So it's just pitch and catch. That's smart. Well done by Pat Fitzgerald's team. And now they'll take their time. Milk the clock. Let those seconds tick away.
Michigan State has not allowed 50 points since Nebraska did it in 1995. Nick Saban coached that Michigan State team. Tom Osborne's team would go on to win the national title. On first down, and not much running room there for John Moten as we go to Mike Hall in Chicago. Good battle there, 2nd and 12 here as Northwestern with a 47-37 lead. And not much there again for Moten. Brandon Clemens in there on the stop. Take a look at the West standings, and now Northwestern's loss in conference was to Nebraska early in the year. Nebraska with the 2-0 record in conference play. Iowa right behind, but the West has a lot of possibilities. We go all the way back to the beginning when Matt told us the key to this game was whoever would control the line of scrimmage would win the game. Northwestern's up by 10. Sam Coverdale in to right tackle now to take over for Olsen. Here's Moten bouncing off one man, a second, a third, and Moten gets all the way down to the 29-yard line. That's a pretty good 6-yard run by John Moten the fourth. Leaves him well short of the first down. And onto the field comes the offense on 4th and 6.
Rule number 1, find Austin Carr. Rule number 2, know where Justin Jackson is. And the third option is Clayton Thorson's feet.
Play action. Thorson with time. Airing it for Carr for the end zone. Touchdown! Austin Carr does it again. And Northwestern's got 53 points on the board.
Did they not hear rule number 1?
Apparently not.
Austin Carr, this is a great route now. Look how he gets him off bounds, top side shoulder, now work to space, and the ball's thrown extremely well. Cox put himself in a bad position. I shouldn't say that. Austin Carr put Cox in a bad position, and Carr won. He's been doing it all game long, all season long, and that's why he was rule number 1.
6-play, 47-yard drive. Mitchell's extra point caps it. And for the first time since the opener in '95, Michigan State has had half 100 hung on them. 54-37, Northwestern. 5:02 to go in the fourth.
Good protection again. A lot of time. Thorson puts the ball right where it has to. Now look, I'm just some schlub, but I'm going to tell you, Demetrius Cox is a good football player, but you need to put your corner, a good cover corner, on Austin Carr. I mean, you have to. He's been shredding you all game long.
He's a terrific wide receiver. 8 touchdown catches this year.
Now, there are guys faster, there are guys quicker, but there's something about a guy's ability to just get open, and he's got that. He keeps you off balance. He just knows how to do it, and he's really good at it.
Nicholson, the deep man for Michigan State, and Nicholson will take a knee. Touchback out to the 25 with 5:02 to go in the fourth. 92 points scored by Northwestern in this game and their last game.
You can put your shoes back on now.
That was a lot of work. I broke a sweat. Here's Shelton throwing back to Corlin. Corley down the sideline. Corley can run, and Corley out of bounds in Northwestern territory. They'll mark him right at midfield where he stepped out. A pickup of 25 and a first down. O'Connor with time, looking deep for Corley, and that ball out of bounds. Michigan State allowing over 50 points for the first time since September 9, 1995 against Nebraska. That Nebraska team would go on to win the national championship, and Northwestern with 54 on the board here today. O'Connor will run, and he'll slide at the 43-yard line. 7-yard scramble.
They got to go, hurry up. It's a 3-score game. You can see the points that are allowed the first half. Second half has been brutal to them. They haven't been able to finish.
And that was the big mantra this week, was finish, and they weren't able to do that again today. Second half points allowed. They've been outscored in the second half today, 35-20.
Offensively, 37 points is enough to win a game.
Yep.
Defensively, you didn't get your job done.
4th down and 3 for Michigan State. O'Connor looking into traffic, and it's deflected away from R.J. Shelton, incomplete, and Northwestern's defense gets the hold. Kyle Cairo on the coverage, and the Wildcat offense will take over on downs with 4:09 to go. Michigan State 4 minutes and 9 seconds from dropping their 4th in a row, moving to 2-4 on the year, and an unbelievable 0-3 in the conference. And they've still got matchups with Michigan and Ohio State on the schedule.
They got to get this defense straightened out.
From the 43, first down. A little collision in the backfield as Moten loses 2 to the 41. Raekwon Williams on the stop. Coming up, Rick and the gang will get you caught up on a busy Big Ten Saturday on the State Farm post-game report.
Kevin, Michigan State wanted to be able to inject some big plays into their. They got that done today. What they didn't get done, the work at the line of scrimmage to establish a run game. Traditionally, that has what's carried them every year in and year out. Right now, they are struggling running the football.
And a huge special teams play today, Matt, really changed the tenor of this game. Michigan State had come back behind O'Connor. They cut it to 2, 33-31, and then Solomon Vault goes 95 yards. And talk about a gut punch to a Spartan team that was energized. They were bouncing around on the sidelines. They were right back in the game. And since that point, Northwestern's pulled away again.
And so you have to go back and credit Pat Fitzgerald's team. And Fitz has done a nice job with this group. He knew it was going to be a dogfight. He's talked about it all week long. He knew it was going to be won in the trenches. He was right. And his guys, they did it. They were able to win that upfront battle, and therefore the game.
3rd and 9. Moten trying to fight through the tackle, and Moten gets it to the 49-yard line, and Michigan State will use their final timeout with 2:31 to go.
Charge timeout to Michigan State. A 30-second timeout.
So Michigan State down 54-37 will use their final timeout.
It'll be a little easier if they can get that offensive line straightened out.
And that punt is blocked.
That could score.
A blocked punt and a scoop down the sideline. And out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Barksdale got the block. And then the scoop down the sideline for Michigan State, taken out of bounds by Jalen Watts-Jackson.
I don't know why Jalen Watts-Jackson stopped to try to cut back on a defensive lineman. That's just not very aware. Watch the block. That's well done. Get his hand in there, And then watch Jackson on the backside. All he's got to do is turn on the Jets and he's in the house. But he did not do that. He waited, and I think it's our guy, 97, had the sack early. Big hit.
Gaziano?
Gaziano's the guy who gets him.
It is.
Way to go, guys. Went down a little guy.
Jalen Watts-Jackson certainly has experience in returning punt issues for touchdowns. He's the guy who did it against Michigan a year ago for the win. O'Connor to the sideline, and that's too tall for Corley. And it'll bring up second down. Clock will stop with 2:17 to go. (54-37) Northwestern. On second down, O'Connor over the middle, and that pass is caught short by R.J. Shelton at the 24-yard line. Walker with the tackle. Clock will run as we slip under 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter here in East Lansing.
They gotta hurry it up.
Third down. O'Connor found his tight end, and down at the 11 is Jamal Lyles. Clock will stop while they move the chains for the first down. 1:51 to go. They'll mark it at the 10, so it's first and goal. O'Connor steps for the end zone, and that one's too far. Monty Medeiros, the intended receiver. Second down and goal from the 10.
They've been just rushing with 4 and dropping 7. They really haven't had, they've gotten pressure with 4 for the majority of the game.
O'Connor in trouble. He's sacked by Odenabo.
Odenabo just didn't quit. Came off the backside. He was blocked. He tried to scramble out of it, but Odenabo kept coming.
First official sack, rather second sack today for Odenabo. And a timeout taken by Northwestern. O'Connor on third and goal at the 25. Medeiros trying to get to the edge, and he stays in bounds at the 18-yard line. Now on fourth and goal, here comes Geiger to try the field goal, and the kick from 35 by Geiger is good. Just sneaks in, and that cuts it to a 14-point game. You needed to get 17 in some combination if you're going to make a miracle comeback. But now it all comes down to some sort of an onside kick, a recovery, a quick score, an onside kick, a recovery, and another quick score. That's a very steep hill. That's Mount Everest of comebacks.
It was very redundant by you.
Yes. Mark D'Antonio and Pat Fitzgerald. Those guys have been at it a long time.
Yeah, and Mark's going to be disappointed with what happened with his team after building a 14-point lead, but Pat is going to be, that's something to really build on. They never quit. They went back to what they're supposed to do. They stuck with the game plan and they worked it, and they played exceptionally well.
So now the onside kick try, but first a timeout will be taken by Northwestern.
30-second charge timeout, Northwestern. Their final timeout.
56 seconds to go in this fourth quarter, and a 54-40 lead. And it all comes down to this onside kick. The 94 combined points today is a series record. Previous high was 90 back in 1989. And I don't know, Matt, that when we walked in the building today, either of us expected to see a 54-40 kind of ball game.
No, not at all. I don't believe there are very many people who would have predicted that. In fact, if any.
It's the most points Michigan State has ever allowed at Spartans Stadium. And the onside kick goes out of bounds. It did not travel the requisite 10 yards, and it goes out of bounds anyway.
Turn out the lights. The party's over.
And Northwestern will begin the celebration. A road win in the Big Ten is good no matter where you get it or how you get it. When you get 54 points on the board against Michigan State on their home field.
Free kick out of bounds. 5 yards will be added to the dead ball spot. First down.
First 4-game losing streak, not only as Michigan State head coach, but in his head coaching career. And Mark D'Antonio and the Michigan State coaching staff are going to have some late nights in the next week. A knee will be taken by Clayton Thorson here as Northwestern will run this one out. What a win for the Northwestern Wildcats, Matt. They fell behind in this game 14-0. That seems like an eternity ago. This place was rocking. Michigan State was rolling, had the defensive score on the pick. A 14-0 lead, and then the wheels fell off for Michigan State.
That's a big win on the road. Really something. 2 weeks in, well, not 2 weeks in a row, but the last time out, the last 2 outings, that's something to build on.
Pat Fitzgerald's squad behind Justin Jackson and his stellar performance today. Clayton Thorson with 3 more touchdown passes.
And did we forget? It's third down.
Austin Carr